All right, so today we're gonna be talking about how to get milk out of this girl right here and into a jar to drink. Let's go. Okay, so the process for milking a sheep is very similar to my process for milking a cow, which you can see up here or up there, whichever side I put it in. I can't remember at the moment. But what it's going to involve is prepping the supplies, prepping the feed, getting her into the stand, getting the milk out, and then cleaning up afterwards. So let's go. All right, so prepping the feed. I do beet pulp. A little bit of beet pulp, maybe about half a quart thereabouts. A little bit of chaffé. Mix those together. And then I get some sheep and lamb feed. Got a quart of that. And mix it all up for her. Nice and delicious. All right, now we're going to come turn the pump on. We're going to let the vacuum draw, and I'm going to adjust the regulator to get the pressure of the vacuum where I want it. About 10 to 15 inches of mercury. All right, now we're going to collect the supplies. Bottle of water, antiseptic, some paper towels, and my collection jar. My collection jar with a smaller teacup than that of my cow. Now, let's go outside. Okay, get back. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do when I come in, set my supplies down, and I'm going to prep my milking stand. I'm going to pull my pin out, bring the stand down, and she knows, Miss Agnes knows what's happening. So do the lambs. They want their mama. I do lamb share, so they are separated currently, making a whole lot of ruckus. Now that I have the milk stand set up, I'm going to get Agnes up here. She knows what's going on. And then I'm going to lock Agnes into the milk stand. I can get my... All right, now she's in the milk stand. Let's go. Okay, so once I have her in the milk stand, first I'm going to clean the udder. Now, sheep produce something called lanolin. Lanolin is an oil that helps protect their skin. So when you're wiping, or when you're cleaning the udder, first we're going to wipe, and we're going to try and get all that lanolin and dirt off. Because it is an oil, it's going to turn your paper towel brown because all that dirt's going to stick to it. So I want to make sure I get the udder and the teat as clean as possible. Kind of like when you're wiping after the bathroom. You keep wiping until it comes out clean. And I'm going to do this for both sides. Okay, once I get it clean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand strip the fore milk, about 3 to 4 squirts. And you can see the size of the teat compared to a cow is a lot smaller. Now, I strip the fore milk. I'm going to spray my disinfectant, my cleaner, all over the udder and the teat to make sure that the milk is good. And then I'm going to let that sit for about 30 seconds or thereabouts, so that way it has time to actually do what it's supposed to do. Now that it's been 30 seconds, I'm going to wipe the cleaner off the teat. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my milking system, I'm going to hook it up to the actual milk line. And I'm going to turn my valve on. And you can hear and feel the vacuum working. Insert the teacup over the teat and watch the milk flow. And what I like to do is I like to place my hand up on the bag or the udder itself, and you can actually feel the udder decreasing in size as the milk flows out. So we're getting towards the end. I can feel the bag shrinking significantly. Milk still flowing. And there we go. Now we're going to come over, do the same for the other side. Okay, so we milk both sides. I'm going to turn my vacuum valve off. So now that I'm done, I'm going to come back and I'm going to inspect her bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the left bag is about the same size as the right bag to know that I milked both sides the same. Okay, so now that she's done being milked, have my vacuum system off, I'm going to release her from my headlock. And I'm going to stow my milking stand. And then I'm going to reintroduce the lambs to their mama. Happy babies. Okay, so now that we're done milking outside, we're going to come inside. I got my mason jar. I'm going to put a cheesecloth over the top of it just to help filter out anything that may have gotten into the milk. And all you do is I'm just going to pour the milk into the mason jar. Should be getting a little over a quart. We'll see just how much I get. All right. There's one. We'll do just a little bit more out of that second one. And then we're going to get another mason jar. Move my filter over. And keep pouring. So what I'm doing, you see me lifting up the cheesecloth. When it gets wet, it'll actually become somewhat airtight. So me lifting up the edge of it just kind of allows the air to escape as the milk fills it up. Okay, and there we go. About a quart and a little under half for the day out of one sheep, one milking. And as you can see, there's a little bit of dirt and debris on the cheesecloth. That's why we strain it. Okay, so now that I got the milk in the jars, milk out of the sheep in the jars, now I'm going to clean everything up. So I like to use bleach. Some people use vinegar. I do not measure it out. I'm very unscientific with this. I just pour some bleach in, get some hot water. Fill my milk bucket up that I use for my cow. Since I milk both my sheep and cows at the same time, I'm going to clean everything all at the same time. So some of this stuff is what I do for my cow. Like that one, that's my cow suction, or my cow teacup. I'm going to take apart my milking supplies. I like to rinse some of the milk out just to keep my water from getting too cloudy. Same thing with my cheesecloths that I use for filtering. I'll mix up my bleach water solution. I'm just going to drop everything into it. And then I'm just going to let it sit there for a couple seconds. Get nice and clean and sanitized. The way in which I measure the bleach is I make sure I get that nice caustic burn so my skin feels a little slimy. When that happens, I know I got enough bleach to kill stuff in there. Is it good? No. Am I probably going to have long-term negative side effects from it? Probably. But it works. I haven't got sick yet. I'm going to rinse with fresh water, everything nice and thoroughly. And my 2 filters. Filter the milk as it goes in to my milk jug for my cow, and then I also filter it again. Just like to be extra safe and precautious with the filtering. Now this is the benefit of why I love the system that I have. Since I don't have any milk lines, I have no milk lines that I have to clean. I just take my collection jar, shake it in the bleach solution, and rinse it off. Don't have to worry about brushes, don't have to worry about pulling hooks or anything like that. And I do the same for both my jars. Nice and saturated in that bleach solution. And rinse it off. All right, and while this is part of my cow milking setup, get that bleach solution and clean the bucket as well. And just get that bleach solution all over the outside of the bucket where any milk could possibly touch, any dirt, any poop, anything like that. Rinse the bleach out of my sponge. And dump the bucket. In the process, doing this, I get to clean my kitchen sink as well for my lovely wife. So we all win. We get milk, and she gets a clean sink. All right, and that is it. Okay, so that is how I milk a sheep. The whole process is a little quicker than milking a cow, just because there's not as much milk to get out of her. But if you have multiple sheep, you then have to milk multiple sheep. So if you have more than one, the process can be a little longer than a cow. But as you can see, it's very similar. You set the supplies up, you get the feed ready, you actually get the milk out of the animal, and then you clean up afterwards. I hope you like, subscribe, and share, and stick around for more content like this.